Sign up to the SBR Network and use your free daily bet points to earn real-world prizes. Click on the page and start winning now.
Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are continuing our spring training coverage of the upcoming Major League Baseball season with Doug Upstone, who is on the ground in Arizona covering spring training with us remotely. And it's February 28th. We're already starting our baseball coverage in February, and Doug is going to be covering teams with us all spring training long. Doug, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, Peter, my pleasure to be back, and I'm here at the home of the Angels today, and the home crowd got a real charge today, and you could see it coming before it happened. Mike Trout took a yard for a grand slam today, so that's got everybody fired up.
All right, that sounds great. We just got finished discussing the Cubs, and our thoughts are that there's going to be more of the same for the Cubs, losing and probably a good bet against. And the Angels, last year you could see this coming a mile away, right? Overvalued. They were number 27 overall in baseball in the money standings. A terrible bet on, a great bet against overall, especially at home. They had a horrible record against their money lines at home last year. They had a bad bullpen ERA. Not much is forecast for them in terms of improvement at the sabermetric sites, but the market is giving them a win total of 86.5 wins. You think that's a little bit too high?
Personally, I do, and I'll tell you, I found something that was very interesting today. Like yourself, I went to a sports book. One of the things that I saw a similar win total on the Angels, and what was really interesting, at the site, to bet the division winner, they were actually the favorite. But then when I looked at win totals, Oakland actually had a higher win total, and so did Texas. So bettors earlier are really interesting. And then in terms of the teams to win the American League, Detroit, Boston, New York, Oakland, and Tampa Bay all had better odds to win the American League. So there's really sort of a contradiction in terms, apparently, on the Angels, which is no surprise given what this team looks like this year.
Yeah, all right. So what do they look like this year? Is it the same as last year? A lot of big names, probably going to underwhelm, underperform, and probably you're going to be, another very good bet against, especially at home when they're like, a big, minus 150, 160 favorite game in and game out, and, winning maybe half of those?
Yeah, it's a really funny team. Like today, they actually, you'll probably see the starting lineup today was likely put out there today by Mike Scioscia. So that was sort of interesting to see this early in the spring. But the whole thing is going to be about the health of Albert Pujols. Can he come back? Can he hit? Can he be? He probably is not going to be the Albert Pujols of 27 years old, but can he be the Albert Pujols of the last year with the Cardinals? Certainly, that's what the Angels are counting on. Josh Hamilton is already hurt. He's out for a few weeks with a bad calf. Who knows if he'll ever be the same player again? So, what it's going to depend upon is guys like Mike Trout, to come through. They got a new third baseman and David Freese, who really I think is interesting because he could be a glue guy because this team doesn't have a lot of, let's just say, togetherness. That's the one thing I've noticed the last couple of years. And so him, and then they also, at the DH, they picked up Raul Ibanez. So, there is possibilities offensively for this team, but what they have to avoid is what's happened the last couple of years is these wild swings of scoring bunches of runs for a week and then just going absolutely stone cold for 10 days.
And how's the pitching looking in general?
Today, Jared Weaver pitched today, and it was interesting to see what the game plan was. He pitched 3 innings. In his first 2 innings, he only threw hard stuff. So it looked like the intent was to really try and air him out early on. So his velocity, at least by the eye, to me, looked pretty good. So, him and C.J. Wilson. But after that, there's, again, a lot of question marks with this team, just in general with starting pitching. And as you mentioned, the bullpen is far from decided. There are arms. There are some young, talented players. But it's just a matter, a guy I talked to today, the word about the Angels is if.
All right, well, Doug Upstone, as we sit here on February 28th, if the regular season's still a long way away, but I'm thinking more of the same from the Angels. Fade them, especially maybe in the early going and especially at home. What do you think?
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. And I ran into a baseball guy that I know here that covers all the different major leagues. And so I asked him about the win total on the Angels, and his comment to me was definitive. He said under for sure. He would think more in the 82 to 85 range overall. He just doesn't like what they have. There's too many question marks about this team, and it just doesn't seem where everything's all going to come together.
Right, and I have to think that they're going to continue at least the beginning of the season to be a pretty healthy favorite most of the time and get a lot of respect on their lines. Probably too much. All right, Doug Upstone, thanks for another great call, and we'll talk to you again very soon.